Hey, what's going on, guys? Minicute77B here. Welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Thunder 2000. It's episode number 99 today for the 2002 EA Sports 500 here at Talladega Superspeedway. Yeah, we have had a great race at Charlotte. Had a top 3 finish there, but we had an absolute cinema. Absolutely just got taken away from us at the very end. Just it's just one of those unfortunate series of events, really. What do you mean you're unhappy? Please stop crying about it. So let's go take the look at what we're gonna be doing here. Of course, the engine work, really not much is going on. We're gonna have to leave them two alone. As far as the chassis work, we're not building another chassis. We're waiting for one more race because of our R&D for drafting. We're getting everything ready for Atlanta. So that's the biggest problem that we have. Even though it doesn't really, we might not even be able to need it though because of the amount of point lead that we actually have. You can already immediately notice the new paint scheme that we have there. That is our Noble 5 paint scheme. I'm gonna take a quick look at our inventory real quick. We're gonna make sure we're using the proper equipment. I don't want to use the brand new stuff yet. That's the thing. I don't want to use the brand new stuff. As we're gonna look at the inventory once more. We're gonna be using, we're using our other new engine that we have still. We're gonna use that for today. And there's really not much more to really say about that. Let's take a look at the point standings here. We're now over a 219 point gap between ourselves and Earnhardt. We just had a dominant season so far. It's honestly ludicrous. It's making Jeff Gordon sweat back in 1998 when he had won 13 races anyway. So can we get lucky win number 13 here today at Talladega? Now, do be a reminder before we go, we have to use the default gear ratios for this season as part of the season change package for the plate races. So, let's see what we can do. All right, here we go for our qualifying here at Talladega. Usually, for our restrictor plate package, we're allowed to do 2 laps of qualifying because of how slow it really is usually on the start of these things. But we're gonna have 47 laps here along this long racetrack here today. It's not about where you start; it's how you finish these things. Coming to the start-finish line to have our one and only qualifying lap here today, it is going to be a 25th place qualifying effort here at Talladega. Usually the first lap's usually not going to be that as fast anyway, but that's fine. We'll go fine with what we got. Kyle Petty on the pole with Michael Waltrip alongside. Rather interesting stuff there. Now, let's begin with today's festivities.
Welcome to today's NASCAR Winston Cup Series event, the EA Sports 500, live on MRN from the Talladega Superspeedway in Alabama. Racing doesn't get any more exciting than this, Barney.
Some drivers will tell you that finishing with their car in one piece here is just as good as a win. The close racing makes it very exciting for the fans, but very nerve-wracking for the drivers.
The 87 car hasn't made much of a move in the points so far.
Well, there's always going to be someone who has to fill in the bottom of the points list. Of course, none of these guys want to ever see their name there. Sometimes it's just not your season to shine.
The 56 car will attempt to build on his points lead in this race.
What a great feeling that must be to have the points lead. Although you also have to think about the guys closing in behind you. One bad day at the track and you got to start climbing the ladder all over again.
The 93 car will start this race a little farther back than he's used to.
I spoke with the guys from that team in the garage this morning, and they said they tried something a little different in qualifying this week. They learned their lesson, though. Stick with what works, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
A rather interesting cast of characters in the top 6, not gonna lie. Yeah, we have a long way for us to get all the way up to that front, though. But it's going to be Kyle Petty leading the way here with 47 laps to go in the race. And we're underway here at the world's fastest super speedway here at Talladega, Alabama. We're already doing 3 wide maneuvers down on the initial start of this race. We're actually going to go make those 3 wide maneuvers, maybe even not 4 wide, but we're going to go stay with the 3 wides here. We're already gained about 5 spots already before this race even started. We're actually up to P20. The engine power already showing some muscle here. And we're continuing the game because the lines are checking up for some reason, I guess. But yeah, we're back to where we are in terms of like the acceleration matter, because of how a lot of good guys, a lot of bad guys are up in this mix here. But we're up to P19. There's our championship contender and last race winner, Dale Earnhardt here. Trying to see if he can try to go 2 in a row. This is his playground, after all. This is Earnhardt's playground, but he's not really won a single race in this playthrough about super speedway racing, and it may not be that way today, as he's being stuck behind Bobby the Bunny. As we're going to push Steve Park, who I thought was supposed to win this race earlier, but it was Jeff Gordon. Yeah, Jeff Gordon's lone win of the playthrough, what came here already at Talladega last spring, I would say, in the springtime. Earlier in the season. Now we're going to try to go 3 wide. And Kenny Irwin, usually pretty slow to super speedways, or at least only at Daytona. Anyway, he seems to be somewhat keeping up the pace a little bit here as we're about to hit 200 miles an hour here. And we're just going to try to keep moving our way forward. We see Joe Nemechek up there as well. Well, I think that's Joe Nemechek. I can't even tell anymore. My eyes are not doing great. Oh yeah, that's Joe Nemechek. Okay, I thought it was that or Kyle Petty already fell back. But no, we're gaining like a rocket ship here. Nemechek trying to make something happen in that 33 car, because usually it's Kenny Wallace that does this stuff better. It already moving up more and more through the field. We're actually trying to stake behind Jeff Burton here now. Oh, a little bit of fighting going on with Tony Stewart getting some runs on the outside. It's just a mixture of people in this race today, that's for sure. More and more checking up on the outside line. We're making more and more moves happen as we're already up to 9th. We're going to maybe even get to like 7, looks like here. Oh, they're checking up here. Michael Waltrip's leading this race. I mean, this is supposed to be the point of the career where Michael Waltrip's supposed to be winning all these super speedways. So it is fine to see him up there leading laps legitimately, I suppose. But here's Elliott Sadler in the 3rd spot as well for the Wood Brothers. But we're going to make mincemeat of both Dale Jarrett and maybe even the Wood Brothers of Elliott Sadler. And now it's just Michael Waltrip and Jimmy Johnson leading the way here at Talladega. We're actually going to already go down the inside of Jimmy Johnson, trying to take 2nd away and maybe even the race lead away. You have seen already that this is the default setup. This is just how much these engine power upgrade that we have. It just absolutely matters. We're going to take the lead here as we're going to make short work of Michael Waltrip here and just waltz right by him, actually, with the help of Dale Jarrett. Now we're leading the way here at the EA Sports 500 with $1 million check on the line. I'm having a mirror full of Michael Waltrip and Jimmy Johnson still with us here today, as well as Dale Jarrett also being behind us as well. I can't tell who's that in 5th, but Waltrip is wanting this lead and maybe finally his first career win. At this point, I think it's about nearly 500 starts without a single win in that number 7. Michael Waltrip trying to get that first career win. In the base game, Michael is very good at the super speedways, obviously because of his huge success. Elliott Sadler is up to 5th, which is really nice to see. Waltrip is just down on the apron for some reason. I'm not sure what that was all about. He was trying to make maybe like a move on me or something like that, but it didn't work out well for him. But yeah, here comes Jimmy Johnson trying to make a move on the outside. The Fords have moved up to the outside. The Chevrolets are going to make the continued striving on the inside as Mikey's just trying to surge ahead of Jimmy Johnson with us, giving him a tow. Giving some Chevrolet versus Ford action here. Where are the Pontiacs at? I'm not so sure. I think it's just now a 6-car breakaway with, I think, Dale Jr. in tow. And I can't tell who's at last place. That might be Irwin, finally. Who is that running in the very back, actually? I'm just curious to know. Waltrip did, in fact, lead a lap, so that's really nice to see about that. Jason Jarrett in this race. No, it's Stacy Compton all by himself. He must have lost a draft, and now he's just by himself. Rip to Stacy Compton in that number 9 Ford. Just cruising along back there. I thought that would be Kenny Irwin, but it's not. It's Stacy Compton. Fords have all lined up on the inside, but now Mark Martin just abandons Jimmy Johnson into 66, but Dale Jarrett's going to come back to help. We're going to surge back on the outside line. We're going to retake the lead away from Jimmy Johnson. We're going to try to keep holding on to that lead. I was trying to throw Michael Waltrip a bone, try to help him catch back up with the draft, because he kind of lost him just a second there. He lost it behind me, but I'm just having to go back and forth between both lanes now just to try to help Michael Waltrip. And, of course, Jimmy Johnson's also trying to make moves as well. Mark Martin now up to second place. He's won a couple super speedways before, albeit both Daytona 500s. He almost won they swept both Daytona races this year. But now it's just him and against me in a super speedway once again. How come it's just always us two going at these super speedways? I have no idea. But now it's more of an 8-car breakaway, I think, at this point. I think more cars have finally decided to join the party. But now it's just almost nearly a single file train as Michael Waltrip decides to go with Jimmy Johnson on the inside. They're all scrambling for positions down there behind me. But we're just chilling. We're just still in the lead, just chilling along with the way. We got Mark Martin and Dale Jarrett trying to make some work. Oh, they're trying to split the gap, try to split these 3 wide, but we're going to say no. We're going to block both lanes. Just perfectly fine there. Textbook placement there, as we're just continuing to lead the way here at Talladega. I spy three drivers in my mirror that have a combined victory total of 0. A goose egg. Jimmy Johnson, Michael Waltrip, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. all trying to get their first career win here at Talladega, but they have to get through me, it looks like, here as well. They're going to have to get through me, which I've been an absolute minister of defense anyway, just walking both lanes each and every time. This whitetail Chevrolet has just been absolutely strong no matter where we go, it seems. Junior trying to make some moves on Mikey behind, but it's just not working out very well. The inside line just kind of died there with all the Fords now being on the top. Chevrolet's being on the bottom. We're just kind of being the Pied Piper now, just choosing both lanes, see which one works better. The inside line's going to have a little bit more momentum now as Michael trying to make a move happen. Jeff Burton's also back here now as well. This is a huge breakaway between the rest of the middle of the pack there. We have like four packs. Ourselves, whatever's that big giant pack that's over there. A little smaller pack, I guess. I'm not sure what happened there. And then Stacey Compton just all the way back there by himself. We're going to catch them at some point, but probably not before when pit cycles come around soon. We're going to have to figure out when to come down pit road, though, and see if we can get somebody to help us draft with. That's going to be the key thing here today, is we need a drafting. Got some cars coming out of the pits. Looks like Bill Elliott, Johnny Benson. I'm not sure who else. Is that Steve Park? That is Steve Park. He got to watch out there on the top middle line. That's going to... Oh, that's going to mess up the entirety of that line back there. Now it's just become a 3-car pack between myself, Michael Waltrip, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Waltrip has come out to play. He ain't messing around today. Really nice to see that number 7 in Nation's Red Chevrolet, trying to prove that he can get himself a win, just like his retired brother now. Maybe I guess that's all he needs is to have his brother retire in order to have a lot more confidence back there. But it's the first time we've seen him, though. There's Kenny Irwin Jr. down on the inside. I don't know what the AI was doing there on that one. There's no explanation on that one. There's Chad Little now. Some more and more stragglers coming out of the pits. He's going to tuck in behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. as we're just going to keep continuing to lead the way. Now the problem is it's a 3-car pack. I don't know when to come down pit road. They can kind of just debate me or whatever when they want to come down pit road. I don't want to come down pit road just yet. I kind of just want to wait until, I guess, maybe the halfway point of this race, as we'll just go on down pit road. Where is my teammate Kenny Walls, who's just very good at these tracks? Where is he at? I don't even know where he's at, but he's kind of annoying me how he's not up here with me. Nobody has flinched to come down pit road yet. We have about 5 gallons left in the tank, and there is, I think, Stacey Compton by himself up there, all by himself. Hopefully he doesn't cause too much trouble. It might be like Michael's coming down pit road, but I'm not going to come down pit road yet. Michael's going to be all by himself. He's going to risk going by himself down pit road. It may seem just because of just the way the AI just drooped down on the inside on the back straightaway. That's usually the sign of them coming down the pit road. And no, he did not come down pit road. Usually that's the sign of them coming down pit road. And they just were to droop down the inside like that on the middle of the back straightaway. No, that was just a legitimate attempt to try to pass me. Okay then, Mikey, I see you. You're coming out to play today as well. We had Stacey Compton come out to play. We had Jeff Gordon come out to play. And now we got Michael Waltrip finally coming out to play. I mean, I'm all for it. Really, I am. I'm all for it with these guys and Dale Earnhardt Jr. I should say that too. Dale Earnhardt Jr. also trying to get his first career win as well. Both Junebug and Mikey have yet to get their first career win. They're trying. Michael's trying to break the record at this point for having the longest gap, not the longest gap, like the first longest time it took to get to his first career win. He has a real shot at it today. He has a real shot of it today. He's just gonna have to get around Stacy Compton here. We're gonna have to situate ourselves effective, you know, really carefully here. In fact, I'm gonna try to help out the AI to make sure they can get around whatchamacallit, Stacy Compton, but we're gonna go down the inside. Mikey might get held up here. Oh, they both might get held up by Stacy. Michael's definitely getting held up by Stacy. We're gonna try to give Stacy a bit of a helping hand here to try to help Mikey to try to stay in this fight. But Stacy's just kind of like holding up Michael. Sadly enough, he's gonna have to get around him. Michael, you're gonna have to get around Stacy, dude. You're gonna have to get around him. But oh, he's down the inside now. Stacy can try to keep up with us now because we have slipstream, and he actually is not that slow. It's not as slow as I thought it would be. But yes, Stacy and Michael are coming down. Junior's going to try to take the lead on the outside. We actually led the most laps. I'm not sure if you all heard that or not. Pit road is completely filled. It's just us two now between ourselves and Dale Earnhardt Jr. We lead the lap here today as we have seen more and more cars come down in the pits. And we're just going to wait maybe like another lap or two before we make our pit stop here. What is Junior going to do? I'm not so sure. All right, I'm putting my hand out the window. We're going to come down pit road this time. Get 4 Dr. Feel Goods and a full tank of gas. Our hand is out the window. We're going on down pit road. Oh, Junior's coming down too. Junior's coming down too. I might not have been able to slow down just enough. No, we do not. They were able to. Junior was able to make it in, no problem, but we couldn't. Okay then. That's a bit frustrating how they were able to just get it. He was able to slow down to 70, no problem. Wow. So now, I think this is the second time in a row at Talladega where we have a 5-second speeding penalty. It's definitely going to cost us here, so we need a good stop here, guys. The driver messed up on this one, guys. I apologize. The driver messed up here. Trying to imitate what the AI do, and they delivered on a great stop, but I have to wait the 5-second penalty. Both Junior and Jarrett Labonte have gotten out, so we might have a little bit of a helping hand here. Elliott's... I don't know what that sound was. That kind of freaked me out a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of. We're gonna have drafting partners at least, so you know, not all is doom and gloom there. Junior's now leading the race over Dale Jarrett and Bobby Labonte and ourselves. So we've fallen back to 4th. Looks like we have some people trying to make way on the top right side there. That looks like to be Jeff Burton and Michael Waltrip and Mark Martin. So they're gonna sail right through us. And we're just going to have to come back with the speeding penalty. We're actually going to tailgate with Bobby Labonte here to give us all the speed that he can give us. But his pit road exit was a little bit lackluster there. I expected a little bit better, Bobby. What the heck? So we're gonna tail Bobby Labonte here and see if we can actually try to get ourselves back up to where we belong. We have a retiree down on the inside. I'm not sure who that is. Oh, that's Bobby. Bobby, why do you always disappoint me like this? Why is the Morgan McClure just like, in this game sometimes? But, you know what? I know what's not, Michael Waltrip. Waltrip is still leading over Jeff Burton and Dale Earnhardt Jr., but we have a full, like, we're going to bring a whole lot of cars with those guys up there. It's a 4, well, it's actually a 6 versus 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, 7 versus 3. So we have the whole top 10 essentially with us right now. So it's Waltrip Jr., Jeff Burt, Martin, Jarrett, Labonte, ourselves, Rusty Wallace, Jimmy Johnson, and I think that's Tony Stewart back there. So we have a whole lot of top 10 cars here. This could be essentially a 10-car battle for the win. As I think that's Michael Waltrip just ending up giving up that spot to Dale Jr. and Jeff Burton. So we're going to actually use the slipstream to make the outside line work here, but it looks like it's going to be no avail. We tried to make a move, but there was nobody there. Waltrip appeared to be falling back a little bit. Hopefully we can try to get him back up there. I mean, the underdog story is Waltrip being in the lead. That's the thing. That's the underdog story, is we're going to try to make a move on Labonte. We're going to go help our Chevrolet compatriot, see if we can push him up there. Of course, usually the goal of these super speedways is to get one of our manufacturers to win, or at least that's how it is in normal days nowadays. But Waltrip's fading. Waltrip is unfortunately fading away. He had a shot to win this race. He was leading at one point multiple times, and now he's just falling back all the way back to, I think, now 6th. The top guys are all here, ready to rock and roll. Waltrip. Oh, Waltrip, he's just not having it right now. He's just not having it. He's going to have a long way to go in order to want to have a chance to win this thing. Jeff Burt has now taken the lead over at Talladega. We're actually going to have to say goodbye to Mikey here. He can work with us on the inside, but he's going to have to make something happen here. We're going to go straight to the top once again, overtake Mikey as we're going to try to pinch Tony Stewart down on the inside. Oh, nearly 3 wide maneuvers. I'm trying to make something happen with Rusty Wallace there. We're going to have Mikey go with us. Maybe we can try to get around these guys together. We work together, just like we did earlier in the race. But Mikey appears to be struggling a little bit. Is there something wrong with that number 7? He appears to be fading even with the draft. Is there something wrong with Mikey? I mean, Jimmy Johnson's also faded away back there as well. Is there something wrong with that number 7, or does he just need a little bit of help? Maybe he just needs a little bit of help, but Jeff Burt now still leading the way as we're just about 12 laps to go away from deciding this race. Well, we have a run here down on the back straightaway going 200 miles an hour, but the game just checks up for us. Not sure why it did that. We had a great run going and then it just stopped. And unfortunately, Michael Waltrip has officially lost the draft. Rather unfortunate there that for Michael Waltrip to have his day end like that, essentially, or at least a chance on the win. But dang, just take a bow, Mikey. You've done a great job this race. Don't hold your head in shame. I think there might be something wrong with that number 7 car. As Dale Jr. now trying to take the lead away from Jeff Burt with Mark Martin behind. It appears to just be mainly ourselves versus Mark Martin in terms of who wants to win these super speedway races. So it's just really deciding of who's gonna get what, as we're now 10 laps to go away in this race and decide this thing. And Jeff Burt's gonna try to block his teammate Mark Martin, trying to pick him up. As Junior, I mean, here comes a deciding factor though. Here's a lap traffic in the way. I can't tell who that is at the top of my head, where that is because of my eyesight or whatever. That might be Scott Pruitt. Yeah, I can see that orange car from here. That is definitely now Scott Pruitt. That's going to mess up whoever is going to be in the lead. Dale Jr., please get down to the, Mr. President, get down. Get to the inside, please, Junior. Or better yet, no, maybe not now because Scott Pruitt's now on the inside. Oh my God, that was a little dark humor there for you. We're gonna try to see if we can get the AI to get away from Scott Pruitt because he's gonna be in the way. We're gonna try to lure Dale Jr. to get down to the inside, and we do. And now, who's supposed to be the Pied Piper of these super speedways? It's the wrong Earnhardt leading the way. It's Earnhardt Jr. now leading this way here at Talladega. We are now less than 5 laps to go in this race. It's just been an absolute dogfight. There's Fords everywhere. The 2 Chevrolets of ourselves and Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading the way, both using ECR engines. Just absolutely, like, doing a great job of just... Junior's been doing a great job of just controlling this race ever since that little mistake that I've made. We're just pushing along. Whoever's in front of us is going to be Jeff Burt, but oh, he just checks up that line there for a second. Mark Martin trying to make a move down on the inside. He has the inside right now. Mark Martin is trying to take the lead away from Dale Earnhardt Jr., but he most likely will probably make the clear, and he will. Mark is just going to take the lead away. Rusty Walsh just ends up going in second. Dale Jr. falls back to third. With 4 laps to go coming this time by, all bets are off now at this point forward. We're just going to keep trying to get ourselves back into number 2, maybe in the lead here. We're going to try to get back at it now. We're going to make the move on Jeff Burt, and we do. We have to check up, though, because I'm not sure what was going on with Rusty Wallace and Mark Martin up there. We're going to take P4 away from Jeff Burton, and just going to keep riding along here, trying to bring a Chevrolet 1-2 here. That's pretty much... You know, that's how it is in manufacturers racing. And Junior wants to make a move on the inside. We're going to try to help him get up there, but Rusty was going to close the door before he can make anything happen here. We're going to have 3 more laps of this racing action that even still to come. So there's still plenty of time. And where did he come from? Tony Stewart. He's up here now in P4 all of a sudden. But I don't think we're done with this race just yet. We have lap traffic up ahead again. It's not over until... until Teresa Earnhardt sings. She's not fat in any way, but you know, you get the point. It ain't over until that lady sings. But of course, we're not done yet here. We have 3 laps to go this time by. We're gonna try to see if we can get ourselves and maybe even Earnhardt to get a 1-2 finish here, as we're gonna make a pass down on the inside with Rusty Wallace. Junior is gonna go for the lead. The crowd is extremely excited about that. This could be a real popular win if Junior manages to win this race here today. A DEI car almost won at Talladega earlier this year with Steve Park, but this time it's the other DEI car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading the way, leading the charge in that number 8 Budweiser Chevrolet, but we're going to have lap traffic here with 2 laps to go. Can the AI be able to be smart enough to get around the AI? Sorry, the lap traffic. I'm lost for words. Kind of hard to commentate on the fly sometimes when you're doing these races at 199 miles an hour. Well, it's gonna be like 2-3 lanes gonna be blocked here. Oh, what's it, Junior gonna do? What is Junior gonna do when we get up there? He's gonna have to go to the inside line in the corner here. He's gonna have to. Bob Labonte all of a sudden is here. Labonte is trying to make something happen, trying to maybe get, I think, his second win of the season. Jokins Racing has been kind of lackluster in terms of, like, compared to last season anyway, especially with Tony Stewart being just, being winless this year as the outside. Oh, Junior's going to try to make a move down on the inside with Kenny Irwin Jr. And, oh boy, we're going to get blocked here, it looks like, as well. 1 lap to go this time by. There's lap traffic galore between ourselves and the leaders. This is going to be really shaken up here down in this race here. Oh, we got Jason Jarrett, who I forgot who's even in this in career mode. Oh, but Junior's going to get stuck on the outside with all the lap traffic. He's going to get stuck there. But will he have enough power? I don't think so. Oh, he pinned himself up there. He pins himself up there, and we're going to take the lead away in the last lap. A heartbreak for Dale Earnhardt Jr. because he got himself pinned on the lap traffic. Oh, the AI are just not that smart in this game sometimes. They're just not that smart. He cost himself big with that one. We're going to come down on the inside now past Jerry Nadeau for I believe now we're going to tie the modern era record with Jeff Gordon. A last lap pass for the win because Junior decides to be at the very top. He's going to end up finishing 4th because of that. Still a respectable run, of course. But a really heartbreak for sure for both him and Waltrip. Waltrip had a great run. Junior had a great race. He just got pinned up by the lap traffic. He should have just went down low. I held my line on the inside, unfortunately, and we stole the win from him. Getting our now modern era record tying race wins. 13 to be exact, and we extend our point lead by quite a bit. We're going to do one last burnout here on the EA Sports 500 sign here.
A rare caution-free race.
Whoa, that doesn't happen very often. It makes you pay a whole lot more for any mistakes. You don't have the cushion of yellow flags to get caught up.
The 56 car really did a fantastic job keeping his car away from trouble all race long.
You know, these NASCAR Winston Cup race teams absolutely love drivers who take care of their cars. Makes their jobs a whole lot easier when they aren't having to spend extra hours in the body shop each week.
From all of us here at EA Sports and MRN, thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, we're back in victory lane again. The crowd may be upset about Dale Earnhardt Jr. If you were a Junior fan, you probably feel upset about that too. He went with the lap traffic, just trying to slow. It can just be so slow. He pinned himself up there. And we made the move on the inside. He could have just stayed on the inside. I would have been perfectly content. But he didn't. He got held up by the lap traffic. Rather unfortunate there for the number 18. But for us, we not only get the win, we also get a $1 million bonus as well for being part of the No Bull 5. And how fitting that's the correct year on that trophy too. For the 13th time now this season, we have tied the modern era record with Jeff Gordon with the most amount of wins. Dale Earnhardt actually ended up finishing in 10th out of all that, believe it or not. As we take a look at the top 10 results here today, we pretty much dominated the race most of the day anyway. Ourselves first, Tony Stewart ended up at 2nd, still winless of the year. Rusty Wallace 3rd, Earnhardt 4th, Labonte 5th, Jeff Burton 6th, Dale Jarrett 7th, Mark Martin 8th, Mike Skinner in P9, and Dale Sr. in the top 10. Michael Waltrip unfortunately ended up finishing 12th, but he did lead 2 laps. So hey, a good pat on the back there today for Mr. Number 7. As we take a look through the rest of the field of see where everyone's at. Of course, Joe Nemechek just falls in the 30th position for God knows what reason. But, the lap traffic, man, it really costed Dale Jr. on this. Well, I know that feeling of not getting your first career win just kind of just sucks, though. I mean, it doesn't matter where you're at, really, to getting that first win. It's always the hardest, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's what it feels like to be a Matty D fan sometimes, especially at Talladega. But anyway, we get ourselves our 13th race win of the year. It's just been crazy. 270 points is now the gap. Essentially, we're two full races ahead. It's just absolutely insane how far we've come. With only a few races left to go, we got Rockingham up next. Then we're going to Phoenix and Homestead and Atlanta. So we have 4 races left to go of the year. We might as well just clinch the title within like 2 races from now. It's how well of a dominant season that we've had so far in this season alone. Just absolute utter like dominance is what the season has been so far for us. But anyway, if you guys like the video, please like, comment, subscribe. It helps out the channel quite a bit. And as always, we'll see you at the next one at Rockingham. See you guys then.